eat it, they'll be like, say what? It's vegan? So yeah. Hey guys, it's your girl, Chef Joya, and welcome back to another episode of Say What? It's Vegan. Today, we're gonna make a recipe that's from my new cookbook, Baby It's Just Vegan, and it's absolutely delicious. It's easy to make, but it's one of the best chilies you've ever had. Super hearty, call it a soup stew, call it whatever you want to, but you're gonna call it delicious. So let's go ahead and get into this recipe. So we're gonna go ahead and start with some oil that's being heated up, and we're gonna add some onions and peppers, and there's no real measurements on this. I am gonna have measurements in my cookbook, so make sure you check that out for those of you who all need measurements. Other than that, just do as I do right here. All right, let's just add all of it. I just want to add all of it, all right? I was gonna be cute at first, but I changed my mind, all right? So we're gonna add onions and our bell pepper. Then we're also gonna take some minced garlic. You can use fresh or you can use jarred, whatever it is that you like. We're gonna go ahead and add that to it. Got a little tomato in there, but that's okay. And we're gonna let that cook for just a little bit. Now the meat substitute that we're gonna use is called TVP. TVP, and I'm gonna dig my hand in it because it's mine. But TVP is textured vegetable protein. And it's literally little pieces of soy, right? And if you don't use soy, this one you can actually use your lentils, all right? Look, yes, Chef Joya is saying you can use lentils. You can use any vegan meat replacement, but this is super affordable. It goes a long way. This entire bag has a serving of 28 people. It's like 11 bucks. So it goes a long way, and it's really good inside of chilies because it absorbs all the flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and add this. I'm actually gonna use the rest of the bag. So that's really why I put my hand in here, because I'm using it all up, all right? So we're gonna put this in here, and remember it is dried, so you're gonna actually have to add even more flavor and some moisture to it. So we're gonna get that tossed in here with the onions, the peppers, and the garlic, and get that stirred around because it's actually gonna absorb those flavors as well. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add some green chilies, and these are just diced green chilies. If you want to use fresh jalapenos, you can. You know it's gonna spice it up, or take the seeds out if you wanna tame it a little bit. But we're gonna go ahead and add these green chilies because I actually like the little vinegar taste that it gives to it, all right? It's not too much, but it's just enough. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of that vegan Worcestershire sauce because you already know. With the meat substitute, you gotta have the Worcestershire sauce because it's gonna go around being bald headed and nobody don't want that, all right? Next, we're gonna go ahead and add some liquid smoke. And not too much because it's gonna taste like an ashtray, but just a little bit to help beef it up some, to give a nice hearty taste and flavor to it. Then we're gonna add some of my Red House seasonings. And don't get tired of adding ingredients because baby, there's more. There's a lot more. So we're gonna use some of my Red House seasoning. And that's pretty much all the seasoning that you're gonna need besides the chili powder because it literally has everything in here. It has your salt, your pepper, your garlic powder, your onion powder, and actually has some chili powder in there too, okay? And those that's allergic to cinnamon, it does not have any cinnamon in there. I have several people ask me about that. So if you're wondering, it does not have any cinnamon in here. Next, we're gonna add a little bit of vegan beef bouillon. Just a little bit, not too much, because we don't want to get too salty. And then I'm gonna also add a little bit of chipotle in the dough bowl. All right, now this is gonna spice it up, y'all. So I don't know how you like your spice. I love a good spice. So I'm gonna add about a tablespoon worth. I really wanna put half the jar, but other people gotta eat it that may not be able to get it down. And yes, I'm putting this all on top of the vegan meats because we need, y'all know vegan meat be bald head, so we needed to soak in all that flavor, right? The next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is grab our wine. Yes, we're gonna use a red wine. You can use Pinot Noir, you can use a Merlot, you can use a Cabernet. I'm gonna add a Pinot Noir to this. I'm gonna add this directly into my pot. And before I start it up, I'm gonna go ahead and use my beans. I like to use 3 different beans. I'm gonna use pinto beans and kidney beans that I have washed and drained. And then I'm actually gonna take the black beans and I'm gonna leave the juice, the water in here from the black beans because I like black bean water. It's just really good and it makes everything thicker. So I'm gonna add that to it, my black bean aquafaba, and we're gonna give that a nice little stir. All right, so you already can tell this bad baby is already hearty. Y'all see that? What vegan where? All this goodness, listen. Whoever told y'all vegan gotta be just simple and basic 5 ingredients, don't listen. All right, so we're gonna add that. Then we're gonna take a can of fire roasted tomatoes with the juice. And then we're also gonna take a can of tomato sauce. You can use what brand you want. I'm actually using the Hunt Spaghetti tomato sauce just because I like it for this, because it's super thin, it doesn't have a lot of flavor, and it pretty much could take on whatever you wanted to take on. Then this is where we're gonna add our chili powder. So we're gonna add some chili powder to this. Use as much or as little as you like. Clearly, I love chili powder. But you gotta have a hefty amount. You don't want this to taste like tomato and beans, right? You wanna have like that smoky chili flavor in here. And then what I'm gonna do is take this same can, I'm gonna fill this up with water, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add that can right to my chili. Give it a nice little stir. We're gonna add some onion soup mix to it. I know you're like, Chef, that's a lot of stuff to it. This one is actually optional because, like I said, my Red House seasoning has so much in there. So I'm actually gonna do just half a pack because I really think I might not need it, but I'm just used to using it, you know, because that's just something that I do, like kind of a good old habit. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is bring this up to a boil. I'm gonna cover it with the lid, turn it down to low, and let it cook for at least an hour. And we're gonna come back and check on it. All right, guys, our chili is smelling delicious and it is completely done. You already know the longer your chili sits, the better it tastes. See how hearty and thick that is, and let it sit for even an hour longer. It's gonna be even thicker. Listen, I'm gonna try it right out my pot, and no, I'm not gonna stick my spoon back in my pot, y'all. Listen, I ain't crazy now. But this thing is hot. I just want y'all to be able to see like the tomato, the TVP, the beans, the goodness, the greatness, all in one spoon, all right? Oh. Oh. That is good. That's worth every taste bud that's gone now. It's hearty, it's rich, it's delicious. It has a touch of spice to it. It's perfect for these fall nights, and even in the winter, just cuddle up with a blanket and enjoy this on the couch or even with your family. Eat it for a game day, eat it for any day. Just go ahead and eat it and you won't regret it. You'll find this full recipe in my new cookbook, Baby It's Just Vegan. I'll make sure I put the link below in the description box. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. This is where you're gonna find the best vegan recipes there is on Say What Is Vegan. I'm Chef Joya, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.